What is up, everybody? It's Joe from JLW Games coming at you with another cool video back in Planet Coaster in the one, the only Time City. And today we're going to be working more on the Apocalypse section. And we're going to be filling up this new area a little bit more, the area that we started in the last episode. And we're going to just be doing a lot of decorations and filling in the gaps, of course, and just pretty much getting everything fully done. So I believe in this episode we also get to a little bit of that backstage area that I threw in behind this building and by the flat ride over there. So we're going to be doing some more footers on the salvaged, the GCI wooden coaster in the park, and we're also going to be working on probably some more curves, just tons of different stuff as well. So anyways, it's just going to be, you're going to see, again, these next few episodes are obviously going, or probably more than the next few, but we're just trying to finish up areas and get everything nice and tidy and complete. So there's just a whole lot to get accomplished and get done. So anyways, I get these kind of, I love these wooden fences. I use them a lot for a lot of things, mostly for construction fences, but at the same time, you can use them for a lot of different things as well. Like hiding backstage areas are pretty nice because it is a nice tall fence. So, it works pretty well for, stuff like that. So, I like this fence, and it works pretty well for what I need to do. And this is going to be like a little backstage area. I'm still thinking about possibly adding, I'm not sure just yet, still might be adding a couple more shops just in that, on that pathway right here, because it is kind of empty. I do fill in with some foliage for now, but it doesn't mean I might not go back in and add some shops possibly just to fill that area in, because it kind of looks a little bit empty, and with the little backstage fence there, it just kind of makes it look I don't know. But anyways, this area is starting to come together, and I'm pretty happy with it as well. And yes, there's so much done, and we're almost pretty much done with the Apocalypse. There's not too much to do left in the Apocalypse section as I originally thought there would be. I thought it would take quite some time, but to be quite perfectly honest, there's not a whole lot I need to get done in here, except for like, custom signage and different custom stuff like that. So there's not, it's coming together pretty nicely, and I'm pretty happy with the turnout so far. And we're probably going to be working a lot on some lighting here pretty soon, because we got to get the lighting in each section done as well. That's usually the last thing I kind of do. It's kind of like my final touch-up is to finish up the lighting for each section. And you can see like the more completed stages of the park are actually into the Apocalypse section now. You can see that it's starting to spread and finish itself. So I'm feeling pretty confident about the park opening on May 18th, and I'm pretty confident that we'll at least have 3 sections, if not all 4, open by then. So the final thing that kind of just might not be quite done by then is maybe the dark ride in the sci-fi section. But as for everything else, I think I'll be able to finish up the Roman section within a couple episodes. I'll be able to finish up the sci-fi section probably in more than a couple episodes, but still, I still have to fill in the back area of it still. The Roman section might take a little bit of time, depending on how much I need to kind of polish up in there, because I still have a lot of room to build and a lot of stuff to try and get done. I might add a couple more flat rides, maybe, or another flat ride or two, or maybe a couple more buildings into it, and just kind of finish up the whole entire section and area and as a whole. So then, of course, the sci-fi section, there's still a whole big area I have to build in, kind of like what we had to do in the Apocalypse section, is fill in that area, or this area right here, which wasn't too bad. There wasn't too much to add. Like, it's mostly paths and just a few things here and there. It is not too much, to be honest. So that's kind of it was kind of nice. And I'm gonna fill in this backstage area with some stuff here pretty soon, but for now we're just gonna have like this little warehouse building that is going to be able to hold probably a couple of different stuff for the shops and different things like that. So it's going to be able to supply for all the shops and stuff around the park and everything. So yeah, it's coming along nicely. I thought this section, or this area, turned out quite nicely with all the new path that I had placed down in the last episode or two. So it's turned out pretty good, and with the taller buildings around there, it's shaped up pretty decently well. So I'm pretty happy. Again, of how everything has turned out and everything like that. So we do have the Classics Rides DLC coming out very soon. I don't know if I'm going to be able to implement some of the rides possibly into this park. I might end up adding a ride or two from that pack still within the park. That comes out in actually just a few days from now. Today's the 12th, so it comes out on the 16th, so it's only 4 days away actually. I didn't think it was that close. Holy crap. So anyways, but you won't be seeing anything like that until obviously a couple days from now. So I'm pretty excited for that pack, and can't wait to see what more they have to reveal. Obviously we have a mock spinning coaster coming in, not the extreme spinning coaster, so not like time travel or anything, more like Sierra Sign Wider and different stuff like that. We have a paratrooper now, which is kind of interesting. I don't know if I'm going to use the paratrooper too much. I might find some use for it. I might, if I put it anywhere. I don't know if I would. I might even put it in the Jurassic section. I don't know if I was. I don't know. We'll see. We also have the Sky Temple, which is like the Flying Island ride, and then, wow, what else has been revealed? Those are the three that have been revealed so far. And then we have another one later today, which by the time this video is up might already be revealed, but we'll see what it is. I know for sure we're probably going to get a whip. That's a lot that a lot of people have been thinking of, that we're going to get a whip ride. And also, I really think we might even get a parachute tower, just maybe, we'll see. That's one that I'm really thinking that might actually be in there as well. So, just kind of might have to see, and then a lot of people think we might get a Gravitron as well into the pack, but I'm not really here to discuss too much about the Classic Rides DLC, even though I am right now, because, you know, I'm very excited for this pack, and, I'm always excited for every DLC that Frontier adds, so, but anyways, oh gosh, sorry, I have a cat just climbing all over me while I'm trying to record, which makes things a little bit more difficult, so, anyways, I wanted to do, kind of polish up the, custom wide supports on the GCI. They needed just a little bit of, work onto them, and, the drop for sure is my main section that I needed to work on for a little bit. And which of course creates more footers that I have to place down, but by the end of, well, by the start of next episode, I think I actually complete all the footers, at least for what I have built, and it's quite nice. So the wide supports are turning out quite nicely, and I'm thinking about getting some more reference photos of like maybe Mystic Timbers or something to try and get a little better idea of what those wider supports will look like. So this is actually the start of the first footers that I do. I actually go in and delete the ones I just placed down right now, because those are the ones that they actually use on the wooden coasters, but they just don't work very well because they have the brackets on them. I wish they didn't have the brackets on them, because I mean they only work for like vertical pieces of wood, not the slanted ones, so it just didn't work out very well. So I ended up just using an arch shape as the footers, which I think works just fine, to be honest. It matches the other one, the normal one, pretty well. You just don't see the bracket and those small little details, but you have to be pretty zoomed in to really even kind of notice that. So I think this works just well as a substitute for those footers, you know, and it actually adds a lot to the ride, just having these footers down here. I didn't have to put footers down, but I think it does add quite a bit. It does take a little bit of time and patience, but I think it's definitely worth it in the end to actually put in the effort just to add them. I do need to polish up on that little backstage area, the little maintenance area. I wanted to have a maintenance area in the back of the park, and I wanted to make sure that I had one back there, so that's why that one is there as well. And I'm also going to rip out the front employee parking lot and turn that into a maintenance bay, or a maintenance area as well. So there's one at the front of the park. That way there's multiple sections for maintenance in the park, and they can access, say if you're on the outside of the park, they can actually get into the back of the park through those sections as well. So that's nice, and of course we have to fill in our foliage and all the trees and foliage into the area to just kind of make it feel and give it a more complete state. It's actually, becoming more complete in this sense. So anyways, you don't, my cat is knocking over my microphone. Come on, stop it. Stop it. Okay, but anyways, so you're gonna see in the next episode or so, you're gonna see a lot of footer placing, which is fine because it fills in the time. It was boring at the same time, but it just has to be done. I just don't know what to say about it. These next episodes I know are gonna be probably a little bit boring, trying to finish up some of these sections, and it's just those required episodes that have to be completed and done in order to feel finished. And I could do it off screen, but I don't like doing anything off screen because then people kind of could possibly get upset if I do anything off screen. But then again, it could be kind of boring. It's just the same thing over and over, me placing down. So anyways, I go back into the queue line, and this was about time for me to finish up the queue line here in the salvaged area. There wasn't much left to do, actually, except for a little bit of theming here and there and finish up some railings and stuff like that, just to complete it as a whole and make sure that it's ready to go. So I wanted to add some of these planks here, kind of I'm really enjoying those little plank covers. They're actually really nice, so I like the way they look, and they just add a little bit more character to the queue line. So it worked pretty well, and again, just the queue line is going to be nice and polished and finished now. It's pretty much in a spot that I needed it to be in. So anyways, I'm pretty excited. For salvage, it's probably my favorite GCI wooden style coaster that I've ever made. It's the best wooden coaster I think I've made within the game. Well, maybe not. Best GCI style kind of coaster. I was like, wait a minute, I really do love Iron Ghost, and that's technically a wooden coaster. So I don't know if anything has topped that so far for me. But anyways, I love that ride because it just uses the terrain so well. So and the layout, I loved it so much. So. But anyways, this, again, you gotta expect these kind of episodes to have a lot of curb work, a lot of lighting, and just a lot of foliage, a lot of different stuff along those lines, and fences as well. There's just so much to just kind of finish up when it comes to the regard for those. So I just had to make sure that I had those done for the entire park. Because we're getting to the finishing touches. We got to get everything done. I know you guys are very excited for this park, as am I. So I just got to do a lot of finalizing. I got to get the finalized themes and names for all the rides, and hopefully we'll get there sooner rather than later. We have just over a month left to accomplish our goal, and that is basically get everything complete by May 18th. So that's going to be nice and dandy. It's nice, fun, and everything like that. So I will have to say, I don't know what day of the week it is. I'm actually going to look that up right now while I have the chance. So May the 4th, it's a Saturday, May 4th. This is just a huge, for those that do watch my live streams, May 4th, I'm actually not going to have a stream that day. I work from 7:30 in the morning all the way to 11 at night. So Joe's not going to be able to do a stream that day. So it's actually our Mercy Day, which is actually kind of interesting. So a lot of exclusive ride times for pretty much every ride on park. So it's kind of it's one of those long days. The park still closes at the same time. It just, that exclusive ride time goes on until 11 at night, so it's just ridiculous. And there's exclusive ride time in the morning and at night, which I don't understand why there has to be exclusive ride time in the morning and at night. But hey, it's for the same people as well. Why do you need exclusive ride time at both times of the day? That doesn't make sense to me. That's a lot of exclusive ride time. We're talking 5-6 hours of exclusive ride time. Just I don't know. But anyways, that's getting beside the points. But anyways, I wanted to detail this building a little bit and add a little bit more depth to it, because it just was way too rectangular and square, and I still might add some more later on, just to add some more to it, because I just didn't like this building as much. it's not bad, it just needs a little bit more shaping to it. So I decided to go in and add some air ducts and just a couple of details on top. I still think it needs maybe something off to the side a little bit. You'll see a lot that I'll go back and forth between different things and then going back to the footers here, because I didn't want the entire episode just to be me placing footers. Then again, like on the next episode, I think I actually will be finishing up the footers. I just wanted to get them done, you know, just like, this is the last footer, you know. But they take up a little bit of time to get done, but they're pretty good. So I still think they add a lot of detail, just in the slightest, to these wide custom supports. So they just add so much to the games. They just add so much to the park, and I'm excited. So anyways, yeah, so I think the Apocalypse section will have done within the next episode or two. I don't think I need to work on it too much more. To be quite perfectly honest, there's not much we have to work on. So I think in the next episode or two, we'll have the Apocalypse section, and we'll be moving on to the Roman section and finishing it up. So there's probably, I say like the next episode or two, but it always ends up being more, knowing me. So, but that's okay. We just got to, again, the lighting always takes longer than I think it does. That usually takes like hour to 2 hours of footage, because I'm just like, oh, I forgot this spot. Oh, this spot needs some lamps. Oh, this spot needs lanterns. This spot needs this. You know, it just kind of ends up into some spots like that. You know, and just the tower ride's already lit up and ready to go, so I don't have to worry too much about that. I might have to finish up some interior of the tower ride just a little bit, some theming that I never finished up, just a little bit. I don't have to put too much more in there, but there definitely needs to be a little bit more added to the theming in there, and it should be all good and all nice. So, but yeah, I could have probably added some more wide supports to some of the lower sections, but I'm not sure about that. There's still a lot of kind of cross sections I want to make on the wooden supports. I'm going to try out, because there's a lot of like diagonal pieces that connect these wood pieces together, and I'm going to try those out to see what they look like, because a lot of GCIs have those, and I want to make it look authentic to those. And again, this is my first attempt at using custom wooden supports within Planet Coaster, and I hope they turn out okay. Like I'm pretty happy of how they're turning out, but just the final product I hope turns out pretty awesome, and the details must be on point. So anyways, but I feel like if I do those extra wooden support pieces, it might be a final touch that I work on, because I still want to open the park. Even if I don't have that done, I might do it later on. You know, it might be a final detail that I add later on to the park, just to give the park a little more depth. You know, kind of like what I'm doing with some of my older parks right now. I do still touch up on those parks to make them more up to my skill, my building skills now, because of course my building skills have increased over the time. You know, and they just have gotten better, so I have to go back and kind of, you know, touch up on some stuff and everything. I still need to make that bridge. There's a couple bridges I have to make, build for those pathways, which we'll get into. Those are probably one of the last things we'll actually work on. So we do need to go back to the entrance area and the parking lot and finish up those as well, which probably will take quite a few episodes at the same time. But everything's coming together, guys, and I would love to hear what you guys think so far of everything going on here. So I hope you guys have been enjoying the series as much as I have. There's still some more to come. We still have about a month away. We're still about a month away, and everything like that. So anyways, I hope you guys have enjoyed this episode. This is about the end right here. I think the last thing I do is this curb. So anyways, make sure you guys have a great day and even cooler tomorrow, and I'll catch you guys in the very next episode or live stream, whichever it may be. And again, be sure to comment, like, and subscribe for more amazing content like this, and I'll catch you guys next time. Thank you guys so much for watching, and I'll, of course, again, goodbye.